Once again, hello and welcome to the quick solution of AIATS for All India ACAS Test Series Medical 2019, and today I am here to discuss the physics. The test date is 28th of October and 2018. So let's move with the question number 1. In the question number 1, who among the following scientists proposed the nuclear model of atom? So before going to take any option, I would like to explain something. Suppose if I go for option number 4, I would like to explain you how you can select option. If I go for option number 4, so first I would like to discuss option number 4. And we know Fermi discovered control nuclear fission. And if I go for option number 3, Thorne and Mintner discovered neutron induced fission. And if I go for option number 2, then we know Madame Curie related to radioactivity. And finally, if I go for option number 1, then we all know Rutherford discovered model of atom. So that is what I am trying to search. Now I am going to read the question. Who among the following scientists proposed the nuclear model of atom? So we can say Rutherford will be the right choice. So my option number 1 will be correct. So let's move on question number 2. In the question number 2, choose the incorrect pair out of the following options. As per the NCERT, we all know gravitational force. All object in universe, yes, we all know. So this is true. But I want incorrect pair. But first one is correct pair. And weak nuclear force mediated by bosons, yes, this is true. If I go option number 3, electromagnetic forces, means Coulombic forces. So you know very well, charged particle, yes, this is correct pair. And last, a strong nuclear force, charge dependent. We know if a strong nuclear force is charge independent, then we cannot explain the stability of the nucleus, because inside the nucleus, you know, there are two type of particles. One is proton, another is neutron. And neutron is chargeless, but proton is positively charged. So same charge will repel with each other. So how you will explain the stability of nucleus? So in this stage, I would like to say a strong nuclear force, charge dependent. This is false pair because it is charge independent. So according to the demand of the question, we can say incorrect pair will be option number 4. So my final option is 4. So let's move on question number 3. In the question number 3, classical physics does not deal with. Before going to the option, I would like to say something. We know there are two domains in physics. One is macroscopic and another one is microscopic. In this domain of the physics, we will study the finite size at the laboratory. For example, phenomena of laboratory scale involving object of finite size. Number 2, phenomena at terrestrial scale, phenomena at astronomical scale. But in this domain, we will study, or we can study, molecular phenomena. For example, structure of matter at atomic and nuclear scale. So there is no confusion. If I read the question, classical physics does not deal. But option 1 is saying phenomena at laboratory scale involving object of finite size. But this is deal by the microscopic, so we can't take option number 1. If I go for option number 2, phenomena at terrestrial scale, as I said, this also include in macroscopic domain. So option number 2 will not be correct as per the requirement of the question. If I go for option number 3, phenomena at astronomical scale. So this is another belongs to microscopic domain. So we can't take this option. But if I read option number 4, molecular phenomena. As I said, molecular phenomena is studied in microscopic domain. So question demands to us, classical physics does not deal. So option number 4 is correct choice for this question. So my option number 4 is correct. Let's move on question number 4. Which of the following instrument is the least precise device for measuring length? Before going to start the question, I would like to explain the concept of this question. Then I will start the solution. We'll see. First, we are going to discuss the concept because this is very important question for us for coming NEET exam also. So if I take two terms first, one is accuracy and another word is precision, right? So if I go for accuracy, what is the meaning of the accuracy? Accuracy means how close to the exact value. So this is the meaning of accuracy. In real life we can say accuracy कितना accurate है. And number 2, precision. Precision का general meaning होता है the fineness of the instrument. So now, if I take one example for this, suppose by any experiment, I have the value of acceleration due to gravity and that is 9.8 meter per second square. For example, if two students have done experiment and one of them is found, the value of G1 is 9.79 meter per second square, and suppose by the experiment number 2, by the another student, if he found G2 is 9.635 meter per second square, then we can say this value will be more accurate. But why? Because this is very close to the 9.8 meter per second square. But if I go in this value 9.635 meter per second, so this will represent the fineness of the instrument. So we can say this is more precise. And now, what is the meaning of this more precise? Number 1, if I go the given value in terms of least count, then we can say this least count is 0.01 up to 2 decimal point. But if I go on this option, then 0.001 after decimal point we have 3, 20 and then 1. So we can say the first one is high value in terms of least count, but the second observation is low value of the least count. So this is the concept of this question. Now I am going to discuss the solution of this question taking only one observation. My observation is, and what are the final conclusion? Final conclusion is maximum least count. maximum least count is directly proportional to least precise. So I would like to repeat this, because in the experiment number 2 this value is more precise but low value of least count, but the first more accurate, but in terms of least count that will have high value of least count. For solving this question I need another board, so I am going to use this, the remaining part of this question. So now I am going to take the least count of vernier calipers as per the question, and we know the least count of vernier calipers main scale division means MSD, 1 minus n minus 1 upon n, where n is the number of divisions. So if I go for the value, so first I would like to read the question. I need MSD, and question says, which of the following instrument is the least precise device for measuring length? And first option, vernier calipers with 50 divisions, means small n is equal to 50 and vernier scale equal to 49 division of main scale. Each division of main scale is 1 millimeter, means this is main scale to 1 millimeter. So we can write in terms of meter 1 into 10 to the power minus 3, 1 minus the value of n is 50 minus 1 upon 50. So when you will solve, you will get 2 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter. And you can divide 1 by 10 putting by 5 zeros. Similarly, in the option number 2, screw gauge is given, and we know the least count of screw gauge is calculated by pitch divided by number of divisions of circular scale. Circular scale. So if I put the value, the pitch as per the question is 1 millimeter. So you can write in terms of meter is 1 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 100, and that is equal 1 into 10 to the power minus 5 meter. So you can say in terms of least count, both are having 10 to the power minus 5. So we can say in terms of least count, both are having low value of least count. Now, if I go for third option, according to the problem, a meter scale having 100 divisions and each division of 1 centimeter. And we know least count is the minimum measurement done by the instrument. सबसे कम वैल्यू जो एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट मेजर कर सकता है, we can say least count of the instrument, right? So in the case of meter scale, each having division of 1 centimeter, so without any hesitation we can say that least count of this is 10 to the power minus 2 meter. So this is the least count. And if I go for option number 4, option number 4 is saying an optical instrument that can resolve up to 10 to the power minus 7 meter. So meaning of that 1 upon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you will get very low value of least count. So if I compare all of them, vernier calipers, screw gauge, both are having same least count, and optical instrument very high value of least count. So now if I go only least count, then we can say that in terms of least count, the meter scale is the right choice. So we can say finally, which of the following instrument is the least precise device for measuring length? So option number third will be correct. So let's move on the question once again. And before going to my original board, I would like to explain once again the least count of vernier, because this question is very important for us. So least count of vernier calipers in terms of 10 to the power minus 5 and screw gauges 10 to the power minus 5 in meter scale, 10 to the power minus 2 only, optical instrument 10 to the power minus 7. So now I am going to take my, so we can say option number 4 having very low value of least count, and first, second having same, but as per my concept, maximum least count will be least precise. So maximum least count is option number 3. So we can say my option number 3 will be right choice. So option number 3 will be correct. So you have to take. Now let's move on question number 5. In the question number 5, the number of significant figure in the difference of 101.6 and 100.7 is R. So in the case of difference, if I consider the value of A is 101.6 and the value of B is 100.7. So if I take the difference A minus B, 101.6 minus 100.7. So on solving you will get 000.9. According to the concept of significant, we all know zeros will not count in terms of significant figure. So we can say there is only one significant figure. So my option number 1 is correct. So let's move on question number 6.